Hello, welcome to this your channel of the better Eurofan. Tax me. In general, the Nordic countries used to be strong contenders in the contest, although there are phases in which some of them have back streaks. It is the case right now of Denmark, which has not get back on its feet since their last qualification just before the COVID-19 pandemic. The heartbroken proposal brought to us by Riley in last year's contest did not convince to the audience after being eliminated in the semi-final. Even so, Denmark does not miss their participation in the contest, hoping to get back soon among the finalists. Let's take a look now to the next artist that would represent this time the Nordic country in Malmo. Here we go. For today's episode, I'm going to review the Danish entry for Eurovision 2024, which will be represented by singer Saba with the song Sent. We start as usual by taking a look to her biography and career before representing her country just by crossing the bridge to Malmo. Anna Saba Lykke Oldenslager, mostly well known by her second name, is a Danish singer, musical theater actress and model. Born in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia and raised in the coastal town of Rykoping, located in western Denmark. She also has a twin sister named Andrea, being the two of them adopted when they were 8 months old by a Danish family, after left abandoned in Ethiopia. Many years later, they would drop from high school to move to the Danish capital, Copenhagen, to pursue their own paths. Saba will do it at first by being a model and an entrepreneur in a teeth whitening products company, while her twin sister will start a career in the world of singing and musical theater. Talking about her personal life, she has played soccer in the local team of her town during her teenage years, and later already living in Copenhagen. She participated in 2020 in a documentary series produced by the Danish public broadcaster titled Min Sindssyge, which in English translates as My Insane Twin, where she openly discusses about her adoption together with her twin sister, and of herself being diagnosed with bipolar disorder, having been hospitalized many times in the past, and even having episodes of self-harm. The broadcast of that documentary will lead her later to become an ambassador of the Danish Depression Association. Curiously, Saba gets into the singing and musical theater in a quite coincidental way. In mid-February of last year, Andrea got the lead role in the Danish adaptation of the musical Hair, but after getting pregnant of her first child, she could not take part of the show, nominating Saba in this case as her replacement. On the other hand, she did not know about Eurovision until a few months after her debut in musical theater, when she watched in the lobby of a hotel the contest that took place on last year on Liverpool, United Kingdom. After watching the contest and mostly after seeing Loreen winning it, she had then the idea of starting a path as a musical artist. Then she starts to pursue a career as a soloist and shine by her own merit, avoiding the comparisons with her twin sister Andrea, by presenting an entry for the mythical Danish national final Dansk Melody Grand Prix, attempting to represent her country in Sweden. Let's take a look then how does result her debut as a singer. The Danish public broadcaster will organize as usual another edition of their national final Dansk Melody Grand Prix, arriving to its 54th edition to select the next Danish representative for the contest. The selection will be made by two methods. In one hand, a submission period will be open in late August of last year for the Danish artists and songwriters who were interested in sending their proposals, closing in by late last October, having received around 600 proposals according to the broadcaster. And in the other hand, there will be direct invitations to established artists into the Danish musical scene. After the review of all the proposals by the broadcaster, the 8 artists that will compete in the national final will be announced in late last January, and being Saba among the selected ones. The format will have a few changes compared to the last edition. In one hand, during the 2 voting rounds, both the super finalists and the winner will be decided with a combination of the votes from the jury and the public, where the jury was increased to 20 members, and the first round of voting opened for the public from 1 week before the final show. And in the other hand, the artists have the option of using a live orchestra accompaniment for their live performances. During the final show, which took place in last mid-February, the first voting round revealed the first results, with Saba being one of the super finalists together with other two finalists. Among these two, the singer Basin, who returned to the national final 10 years after representing his country as host casually in the Danish capital. Thereafter, in the super final, the result from the second voting round revealed that Saba was the absolute favorite from the jury, while she was the least voted artist from the public, which allowed her to earn the score needed to get the victory in the national final, and subsequently the right of representing Denmark on the main stage of Malmö. A track which talks about relationships and weak foundations. Now I'm going to analyze the proposal she's presenting us for the contest. Melodically speaking, it's a pop track with influences of electronic music, although without being totally electropop, talking about Saba's voice in syncs powerful, being somewhat calm during the verses and the bridge, and being much more intense during the chorus. The lyrics have been written in this case by a songwriter trio, outstanding in particular to the Swedish singer and songwriter Meneli Weber, who is already experienced on writing songs for Eurovision for both Swedish and Danish artists. About the contest behind, it is basically about a broken relationship. In fact, by reading the lyrics in detail, you can notice the emotional context that portrays that breakup, in an expression of the control loss of the relationship. The verses talk about that change in the dynamic of the couple, with mixed feelings and doubts, while the chorus appears to the metaphor of the sandcastle, to describe what eventually happened with the relationship in the end, also matching with the song's title. More than a message, an emotional state is transmitted as it is usual with this type of songs, although emphasizing in particular the fact of having solid foundations when building a relationship, if it is intended to last through the time. After knowing more about the song, here comes the analysis of the live performance she had in the national final, which serves as the official music video for this proposal. The performance begins with a stage almost in dark, seeing Saba in a platform with warm lights behind her, by doing a sort of darkened light effect. When she starts to perform the first verse, she is seen first in a close-up and shortly later in a distant shot, while there is more warm lighting on the stage with white smoke on it. Then the lighting becomes white, which combines pretty well with the fully white outfit worn by Saba, also with very interesting lighting sets, and appearing visual graphics allegorical design in the leg screens of the stage at the same time. For the second verse, it appeals again to the dark and light effect, keeping the same dynamic towards the second chorus. During the bridge, there are laser spotlights which give a quite dramatic effect, and then in some moment there is a blinking sparkle just in Saba's heart, symbolizing the sorrow felt by the breakup. By the last chorus, the climax of the performance comes, with Saba doing her vocal extravaganza with a lot of passion, while the stage is literally fully lighted, with white spotlight sets matching precisely with that intensity. The performance finishes with the stage getting completely dark after the last beat of the song, and coming to light again a few seconds later with a close-up of Saba with her arms extended. Making a summary of the comments, the Danish entry for this year has a huge potential. It has to be said that by being her first official single as a musical artist, her progression is quite promising. Will Saba can reissue the Danish victory from 11 years ago with Malmö? Time will tell if this finally happens. And talking about the staging in Malmö, probably she will do the same one presented in the national final, maybe with a few adjustments to add some extra impact. She is currently participating in some of the Eurovision pre-parties of the season, so many will have the chance of seeing her performing her proposal live before she finally presents it on the main stage for next May. And you? What do you think about the Danish entry for this year? Leave your comments down below so we can start the discussion. And this is it for today's episode. As usual, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not done it yet, enable notifications by hitting the bell to be aware of the next episodes, and find me through my social media. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.